going to come a point where the people on the center left are going to realize that they're not being governed right now. What's happening is they're being directed emotionally toward a game. Okay, so like before, like we used to have sports where sports was like, you watch something for your entertainment. That entertainment, you can pick your team, whatever. Like me, I picked the Cowboys and Sacramento Kings and San Diego Padres. But that was what it was, and you enjoyed the game because you can kind of take your mind off of stuff. Well, when these people on the far left politicized sports, made it into a BLM thing and all that stupid hypocrisy. What they did was they infused the social justice narrative into what was supposed to be kind of like a mind-numbing spot. It's like guys have our nothing box. People want to go to their nothing box and just watch a game and enjoy themselves. Well, what's happened is that there's been a transference of the game. The game has now become find and catch and then punish other people. And what does that look like? You have to find people who are guilty of things that change per the day. You have to make them guilty because of these ideals that are pressed into society that actually also change per the day. And then you have to name and blame these people for everything that's wrong in the society. This is the new game. And what it does is it polarizes people against other people. And so the people on the far, actually on the kind of center left don't realize is that as they're cheering on, blaming one guy, Orange Man, bad for everything, the things that actually matter to them are not getting handled. They're basically getting used. They were getting used and abused. In fact, black people right now are getting used probably the most. Black and Mexicans are getting used the most right now. They're getting used the most by folks who have a desire just to control by these narratives. So what does that mean? That means a couple things. As you're watching Don Jr. now get attacked, as you're watching Giuliani, Trump continuously get attacked. The dude's not even freaking office, and they have nothing else to report on. They want to report on Biden playing Mario Kart. Okay, and there's no bias in the media. Okay, so they committed crimes, they incited a riot. Okay, so look at that again, biasly, and not to acknowledge anything for the Democrats, the liberals, for the middle of the road conservatives, these people who were killed, who lost their businesses, who were driven out of their homes, who've been attacked all over this nation, in capitals of this nation, police stations of this nation, in different places of this nation. And for those things to be negated because, it's the Capitol. Capitol building means it's the center of our democracy, right? Well, what they're doing is they're saying, this is what you need to pay attention to. This is where you need to have your eyes set. This is where you need to keep all of your anger and boil your anger down to it. We're not going to take care of the things we promise you're going to take care of. No. We're just going to continue to give you a game to chase after, and we'll change the game every day. We'll change it so that you keep and stay distracted. You keep yourself occupied by these things that hit the news cycle that are always recycled, like just a news scandal, a new issue, yada, yada. But then nothing's actually done to govern the American people, to actually help the American people, because the American people are and have been secondary to the establishment. So while these folks who are continuously pointing the finger at one individual, one family, who are trying to do their best to keep everything and blaming these people for all the same stuff, what they're doing to us is they're making the teams us. Like, how social media, how we became the product? Well, now the teams are no longer the Dallas Cowboys or the Redskins. The teams are no longer the Padres versus the Dodgers. The teams now are American versus American. So what did that look like? What did that look like for you and for me? It means that you have no allies. You're only enemies. especially if you don't ideologically line up with one another, you become and have become the issue. It's all about just using the American people. So the game has become, where's the football? You guys all know that the whole saying, move the goalpost. Well, the goalpost has basically been removed. An entirely new game is being played right now. And so because of that, because the communists, they understand, okay, and understand this, I'm going to use the word communist a lot more in any one of my videos because that's actually what's happening. People are becoming susceptible and have become susceptible to the ideas of communism. And it's been said against the people. This is how these communists actually came against the people, whether it be Vietnam, whether it be Russia or China. They use other people. They use people against people, and all the whole time it was just, people in power basically moving chess pieces around. So how does that impact you and me? Well, if it's continuously Don Jr.'s at fault, you need to prosecute this or that. Understand, you're just being played. You're just being used. This is the reason why people like myself, other individuals out there who speak out and just say the truth of what they see, are censored. It's because we're noticing and realize that Americans are getting played against Americans. And because of that, there's no home. There's no home for immigrants who actually come here and try to do things legally. There's no home here. They understand what's actually going to happen with these people who are going to come across the border because of the Biden administration's new policies. And what they're going to end up doing in the Middle East, you're going to have wars again. You're going to have people blowing stuff up here in the United States. You're going to have individuals who come across this border who end up doing some terrible things to other people because it's been virtue signaled. What do you do? I mean, what do you do? Okay? Except besides protect yourself. And the folks who are coming across that border, they don't understand that they're being lined up and set up to become they're being lined up and set up to become serfs. But people don't understand and know that. So it's just sad. But here's where I find the hope. This is where you need to find the hope as well, okay? My hope is always in Christ. My hope is always in the truth. And this is why speaking the truth has to become the main priority. It's if you want to be an activist, whatever, dude. Be an freaking activist, whatever. But just speak the truth. Because, again, I've said this so many times. This is what I would freak and trip me out. I got a video right now that's got getting hits on it because I'm just telling the truth. This nation is looking for people just to tell the truth. That's all it's looking for. People just needing to hear the truth. That's all they want. And if you're willing to step out and just take the hits from the freaking trolls, you guys know I got trolls, but to take the hits from the trolls and just tell the truth. Because when folks start seeing how freaking stupid these environmental laws actually are for the American people, how stupid these laws actually will become, how people will actually die from this stuff because of how stupid it is to remove yourself from the actual resources that we have to create new jobs with solar energy. Are you serious, dude? This nation sits on one of the biggest massive national reserves of natural gas. Nuts. But we want to rely on solar and then have to rely on other nations for oil. This is what it means to be environmentally friendly. It's environmentally stupid. Okay, you can do all these things at the same time and instead of just trying to destroy entire states where you put people in freaking peril because of dumb ideas. But this is what it comes down to. You tell the truth about stuff. People are faced with the truth of what they see. And then when they realize that the news isn't telling the truth to them about what's really happening because they've got friends and family in these areas where they're actually living in these areas where they're experiencing extreme cold, not because of freaking stupid global warming. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not global. Is it global warming still? Maybe it's just climate change. Okay, that's why we change it. We just change it per the station, per the situation so that it fits the narrative. This is what you have to do. You have to just tell the truth. And when you tell the truth, you stand by it. You stand by what you see, and you just let people, they have to basically do the volleyball in their head. Well, is this true? Well, this can't be true. Well, why is this thing happening? Well, my idea, it says this. Well, then maybe there's an argument happening within the individual that they have to face themselves, the cognitive dissonance. And when they have to go and become vitriolic with themselves about what they see, because what they see isn't equating to what they believe, then they're faced with the truth. And this is why it's important just to tell the truth. Because as you just tell the truth, unbiased, it's like, just tell what's happening. And people need to see that because the news isn't doing it. Some of your friends aren't doing it. But if you see it, just talk about it. Because when you do talk about it, you establish yourself as an individual that's not only can be trusted, but a person that's not just trying to, like, I'm not trying to get followers, and that's like, I love it that people like actually want to listen. But the truth is, I just want to tell what's happening. I just want to just be honest with you about what I'm experiencing and what I see, and especially being a black dude doing this. I mean, you guys understand how freaking crazy that is, but it is what it is. Just tell the truth, because people need the truth. People need to hear what's really going on. Because, okay, like this is the deal, okay? If you're watching this and you're in the Midwest right now, you should be making a video of what the truth is that you see in your house right now, okay? You should make videos about what you see in your neighborhood with the freaking like lights off. Talk about your, like, show videos of your water not being able to turn on. Go outside and show the snow. Go and have a temperature thermometer next to you that shows -9 degrees. Show it, okay? I'm asking you to freaking just show it. Because people outside, like people in California, we're making jokes and crap, right? Because that's what we do. We make freaking jokes. Everybody makes jokes. Folks in the Midwest make freaking jokes about California all the time. Now we're making jokes about the Midwest and stuff. It's all dangerous. But we need to see the truth. So post the truth. Just show us. And I'm not asking for a video. I'm not asking for a photo. I'm asking for a video. A video that shows this is what I'm experiencing. This is what's truly happening. Don't let the news be the one that say, I got to show this stuff, because you can't trust the news. You can't trust NBC 739. You can't trust Channel 10 or Channel 5 or whatever. You can't trust these networks, because these networks are going to show you the truth. They won't tell you what's really happening. So you have to be the one to actually do it. And I'm asking you that for real. Please post it, share it, and let people see what it looks like. And then, like me, I just tell you the truth of what I see, my own experiences. It's why people follow now. Let people see it, because when they see it, they'll understand it, they'll have to digest it, and then have to rearrange what their beliefs are about reality. Because once they do that, when people rearrange what they believe about what's going on in the world, because they're faced with true reality, then hearts and minds are changed. Then people see it. This is why the gospel is so important, because when you understand what true sin is, you understand what it actually means to fall and then to get back up because of who Christ is.